We were sitting home one Sunday with a mate of ours called Kevin. We had the TV on and it was tuned to Channel 7. Suddenly Kev tells us,
it's time for the main event.
We watched it for 10 minutes, then we turned to Kev and said, what's all that about? We were walking down the shops to get a couple of chop wedges. We saw one of those posters up for Benson and Hedges, the one that has a light bulb talking to a piece of bread. We looked at it for half an hour, then we simply said, what's all that about? Then we went to see a film to pass the time away. It was one of those arty ones by being agreed away. All about a zebra and a pair of naked men. After 7 hours I heard, and then, what's all that about? Later on we went to hear a speech by that John Hewson. After half an hour we could feel our belts loosen. He talked about his flight pack package and his GST, but there was only one response as far as we could see. What's all that about? After that we went to see a concert by The Cure, but sadly 15 minutes was all that we could endure. The lead singer seemed quite depressed, he looked like he was dead. Halfway through the second song we turned around and said, what's all that about? So we took a quiet drive out through the countryside, but pretty soon we found ourselves looking quite mystified, because tourists were all queuing up to see a giant worm. We looked at one another and we had to use the term, what's all that about? We were strolling through a quiet city mall. We came across something that never fails to appall. Students doing street theatre, God knows what it all meant. I think you can imagine how the crowd's reaction went.
What's all that about?
We had a friend called Barry, he's demonically possessed, so we got some holy water and we tried to have him blessed. The priest came in, Barry spewed, then he spun his head. The preacher looked at us and then he very softly said,
what's all that about?
Now even though this song could go another 20 verses, we really ought to stop before its impact all disperses. Because right now lots of viewers are sitting there at home, they're calling up the ABC and asking down the phone,
what's all that about?
So did anyone go and see Billy Bragg when he was out here? Anybody? Nobody. So more people went to Neil Diamond than Billy? That's the sort of audience we attract here on The Late Show. But Billy's a man, he's a bit preoccupied these days. He's a man with a problem, and I think I've worked out what it is. I think you can tell by the way that I'm singing, I'm not really very happy. I think you can tell by the way that I suddenly seem to get really quite angry. And then I get quiet again so I can sing a couple of sensitive tearjerkers. And then when I get even quieter still, I suddenly sing, Unite the Workers! Because I'm caught up inside by the terrible fact that you got up and left, said you weren't coming back. Without you I just don't seem to have any future. So won't you please, please, please come back, Margaret Thatcher? 'Cause I've got another 50 songs written, slagging off at the state of Thatcher's Britain. So come back quick or I'll look like a dick. Please come back, Margaret Thatcher. I've tried writing songs about that John Major I have, but it's just not the same. You can't write an angry protest song about a man who looks like he should be out spotting trains. He looks like one of those blokes who wears shorts with socks and sandals. And has he got a moustache or not? It looks like he has from certain angles. Thanks very much.
How can I forget that day? Yeah, how we walked along the Yarra to the MCG and then to the tennis centre, through the Backstreet Mall and down the Block Arcade. Caught the 96 tram to St Kilda Esplanade. Saw the Westgate Bridge from the top of Flinders Street clocks. Saw the Yu-Yangs real clear from the foot of Mount Dandenong. We've just run out of Melbourne clichés. We've just run out of Melbourne clichés. So we went on down along to the Victorian Tourist Bureau. Got heaps of ideas for places we've never even been to, like Sovereign Hill and Hillsville Sanctuary, the Brighton kiosk at the end of the pier. We went down to a place, I think it was Captain Cook's cabin. We're not all that sure, but at least it rhymes with Maravin. Got no more Melbourne clichés. Got no more Melbourne clichés. Got no more Melbourne clichés.
Oh yeah, got one more.
Got no more. Skivvies are back. I'm always throwing out my old clothes, except for these skivvies. Yeah, yeah. You'll never find a piece of clothing that cops so much black. Cops so much black. Yeah, yeah. I've got one which is brown. Skivvies are back. And this old hand-me-down. Skivvies are back. This one's from Golden Reed. I got it in grade 3. Hand wash well, then dry flat. Skivvies are back. Don't bleach or use hot iron. Skivvies are back. Skivvies. This song's not profound. Skivvies are not profound. We just miss all around. Skivvies are around. Skivvies are back. On the TV, I'm a real big star. But I never should have bought a guitar. I wanted to have a hit, but it's been out for weeks and nobody's buying it, 'cause it's 4.5 minutes of shit. Yeah, it's 4.5 minutes of shit. Bet you never even knew that I sang. Well, at least not with a Nashville twang. But I gotta do it, 'cause I'm desperate for a US hit with my 4.5 minutes of shit. My 4.5 minutes of shit. In every shot, I got a different shirt. In every other shot, I'm kicking the dirt. 'Cause I can't believe it. Why'd they make me such a cliche clip? It's just 4.5 minutes of shit. Just 4.5 minutes of shit. That was 4.5 minutes of shit.
By this song, this stupid will be sold. It's a song you'll hate, wait and lonely woe. Don't you wish a bomb, a bomby-womby bomb, would blow-y-woey up and kill us both.